So this is my scrap room on a budget. First, let's start with the punches. So these punches, I got these curtain rods from Target. They sell them anywhere, just like the cheapy ones. You can get them at Walmart. They're 97 cents at Walmart, or Target. They're, I think, like $1.19. So I got these from Target because the ones from Target are a little more sturdier. Here goes my paper rack. Again, I'm a newbie, so I don't have that much paper. I know some people will look at this and say, yeah, right, but I really, compared to some of the ladies on here, I don't have a lot of paper, and compared to, I mean, going by how much paper I actually need when I'm scrapping, I don't have a lot of paper. Everybody knows these cubes. You get them 4 cubes. Amazon, Target, maybe Home Depot, I'm not sure. Walmart.com has them. My sewing machine, it's all broken to pieces, but it still works. So yay, sewing machine. So I store my paper. I've tried to look at how a lot of people store their paper. This is what makes sense to me. I store it the first row by color, and then specialty stuff down there like corkboard and felt and all that stuff. And then I do events like football, softball, any birthdays, baby girl, baby boy, stuff like that, wedding paper, graduation paper, stuff like that. And then here I do calendar year, and that's the calendar year. That's New Year's, Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas. I'm a huge Christmas person, so I have a lot of Christmas paper. I need more though, it's never enough. And anyway, so yeah, that's the calendar year, 4th of July, Memorial Day, stuff like that. So these are the cubes that I got from the dollar store. They, like I said, they stack up together. They kind of lock into place. They stack up and together. They're $1 each. This is, to me, a much cheaper solution than going to like IKEA or any of those little fancy stores and pay $55 for a shelf I can't afford. These things here, these containers, I got also from the dollar store, and they come 10 in a pack, so 10 for $1. And these are just really cute for brads and buttons and all these just little sequins thingies and just paper clips and, you know, whatever else little thingies, doohickeys and doodads you want to store. So these things, these are some of my favorite things. These are the ribbon spool stackers, they're called. Michael's used to have them. They, for some reason, discontinued them, but just recently I found them on at the Container Store. If anyone has one next to them, near them. If not, you can go online and order them off of their website. They're at the Container Store, and they're called ribbon spool stackers. So these, they stack right up on top of each other, and they lock in place. And you don't have to worry about taking them down and opening them and getting the ribbon. You can just pull the ribbon right out, just like that. It holds the ribbon really tight. I hate to see just ribbon hanging and flying all over the place, and then you have to put the stick pins, and then I always stick myself in it. It's just horrible. So these hold it really tight, and you know, they're pretty good. I put all my inks and glitters in here. There goes all my Martha Stewart inks. I have to make another little foam core thing there. Embossing powders and stuff like that. And I started buying Tim Holtz Distressing inks because the colors are just, I love them. And the thing with okay, so I bought these, and the sponges that go on these distressing tools, they're kind of pricey. So, and I have a lot of ink, and I ink a lot because it's one of the first things I learned how to do, so I do it all the time. What I do is, instead of buying the sponges, I buy a 29-cent sheet of felt from Michael's. Well, I'll buy a couple of them, but anyway, so I cut these rectangular shapes, and these are the shape of the distressing tool. And because this is Velcro anyway, yeah, so you would put the sponge on this Velcro. So because that's Velcro anyway, it sticks perfect to this piece of felt. And boom, voila, distressing tool with, it works just fine. This is my layouts book. I got this idea from a very, very brilliant woman here on YouTube, Cynthia828, and she has a bunch of power scrapping videos. And because I have 20 years worth of pictures that I need to scrap, because I'm new and I just started, she posted this idea, and you go to pagemaps.com, and I believe it's Becky Fleck Page Maps or something like that. Yeah, Becky Fleck Page Maps. So pagemaps.com, and you can print these out. So it's a lot of examples of different page maps. So when you're going to scrapbook and you have a lot like I do and like she did, and I need to do them and power scrap and just get it done quickly is what I need to do. So I'll come on here based on how many photos are used in the page map, and it kind of gives you a complete laid out layout already. So it helps me. I mean, even if you're using this page map, somebody else's layout idea, it's never going to be, you know, we could use the same ones, 5 people can use the same page map layout, and they're all going to look different, you know. So I printed out a boatload of them, pages and pages of them, I think probably until I ran out of ink, and I put them in these sheet protectors that I bought at the dollar store and put them in a binder, and this is it. So Cynthia828 is a genius, and it really helped me get started on this massive project that I have going on. So these I organized my books this way. I use these big gigantic binder books that I got from a company called Pioneer, and they're 3-ring binders. The binders are 2.5 inches, so they hold a lot of pages. I put 50 sheets in each book, which is 100 pages. And then what I do is I made these boxes. These are cereal boxes wrapped in wrapping paper. And I made these envelopes of 100 tabs. And I guess you could do this even if it's for a smaller book. But what I did was, what I do is each tab is 1 page. And then inside these file, kind of like file folders, I put the pictures that belong to that 1 page. And I do this, I put 100 of them. I do 100 of them so that I know what pictures are going on what pages. I already have the pages set up in the boxes, and then all I have to do is take them out as I go along, take them out one by one as I do the pages. So I know that I have the right amount of pictures for how many pages I have, and I'm trying to do the books where it's like maybe 10 years for 1 book. So, you know, it's a system that works for me. I know it sounds complicated, but it really isn't. This is my Pazzles machine. I think a lot of ladies on here use the Cricut, or some people have the Silhouette, which is a machine that I did want. The reason why I didn't get it was because, again, I'm on a budget, and this Pazzles does do a lot more than the Silhouette does, even though it does things I don't need it to do. All I need it to do is cut chipboard and paper, but it cuts stuff like it etches on glass, and it embosses, and it does all of these wonderful things. So ladies, if you want to check that out, it's Pazzles.com. And I purchased it because they allow you to pay monthly instead of having to buy it outright. And again, like I said, on a budget. I had a huge wooden stamp collection. that was not, so I needed to minimize or try to utilize the space. So what I did was I went to the dollar store and I bought these file holders. I bought these file holders and these document folders. And what I did was I took the wooden stamps, I peeled off the rubber part off of the wooden stamp, and then I mounted them on easy foam. So what it does is it creates sort of like an acrylic, so you mount them on these. This is easy foam and it's adhesive on one side. This is where you would put the rubber stamp, and then on the other side it's clingy, so it's like a cling foam, and this is what you would use to put it on the acrylic block. So I peeled off all of my rubber backing off of this stamp, see, and then I mount them on this board. I cut them out, use the Tim Holtz, those big scissors with the red handles. I'm not sure what they're really called, but they're by Tim Holtz. And you cut them out, and then you mount them on this board, and then they become cling foamy. See? So this you can peel off. I just haven't, because I haven't used this one yet. So that can go in the garbage. And then it becomes kind of like a cling foam stamp. So the wood block is gone. The wood block is gone. I just kept the rubber, and I put it on this adhesive cling foam. And then when I'm going to use them, where are my, when I'm going to use them, or when I'm going to stamp, what I do is I use, you know, the acrylic block that everybody has, and put it on there, and boom, it's a stamp, and it stays on there perfectly. So that's what I do with that. So those are all my file folders, and then I haven't labeled or organized anything yet, so they're not labeled, but I put them in order of butterflies, flowers, you know. I would just try to organize them all so that when I'm looking for a particular stamp, they and these file containers, because the stamps are kind of fat, when you put them in these folder things and you close it, they really do stick in there really, really well. And so that's what I do with my wooden stamps. And these cling foams, you can get them, let's see where I got these. I got these from stampersbest.com, and I think it came in a package of like 6 8.5 by 11 sheets. But believe me guys, that is more than enough, because look how many you can fit on here. So I haven't even used them on. I've only purchased one box. And then here are all of my little doohickeys and embellishments and stuff that I've gotten on sale over time. The pegboard in the back, we got it from Home Depot. Let's see, there goes my window that I look out of. I don't have a curtain up there because I have this big gigantic piece of what I like to call artwork. Nobody else in the house calls it artwork, but it's what it is. And then I have my wings. I made some wings for a project that I was doing, and I just thought they were just so cute, so I decided I was going to hang them up. So yeah, so this is my craft room, and this is where I am going to start to scrap 20 years